Good morning everybody of the camping world, it's lovely to see you all again. I'm just leaving Weathercote campsite, which was last week's video, and if you've yet to see that one, I'll pop it in the link in the description below. However, after a lovely lie-in this morning, it's now time to head off to my next location and...
I should be there in no time. Campsite's not that far away. I've got my walking gear, my hiking gear, and I'm ready to rock. So I shall see you when I arrive at the campsite.
Arriving at the campsite, I was greeted with a smile by the owner and told to go anywhere I wanted, as I had the whole place to myself that evening. But before setting the van up, I thought I'd crack on with my walk, so I grabbed my bag and headed off. I'll leave a link in the description below to the actual walk I did from the campsite, but keep watching as I do make a few decisions during this walk that meant I had to alter it on the go. Can we also take a little moment together to congratulate myself on how I managed to sync up my steps with the music. But before that, I actually think I talk a little bit of sense in this next bit. That's not like me. You shouldn't be coming here for technicals.
Well, this road's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be when I planned it on Outdoor Active, hashtag not sponsored. But I thought I'd touch on the correct side to walk on a road. Because you've probably seen in a few of my clips, I'm walking on the opposite side with traffic coming towards me. But then on some clips, I'm walking on the other side with traffic behind me. Now, there's a reason for that. Now, I mainly walk on the right-hand side of the road with the traffic coming towards me. That's so then I can see the traffic and the traffic can see me. Now, when I get to a bit of road that goes right, what I generally tend to do is move to the left-hand side so then cars can see me as they come round and they're not seeing me at the last minute. Tell me if I'm wrong or confirm exactly what I'm saying is right. And don't take this as advice, obviously. Plan your routes, walk them, use your own common sense based on where you're at any one time. But yeah, for me, I think I feel safest doing that. So there's a corner coming up here. I'm walking on the right hand side because I'm visible to traffic coming this way and that way. But what I'm going to do is walk across to the other side so then I'm visible to any traffic coming round that corner here so they don't see me last minute. I think that makes sense. Probably don't, no idea, but hopefully it does. Right, let's crack on with this walk.
The walk was lovely, if not a little bit chilly, but I was getting fresh air in my lungs and enjoying the outdoors.
I don't know about you, but September, October for walking is a bit odd. Now, I love the colours of autumn, obviously, for photography, but it's when it comes to getting dressed. It's too warm to get fully togged up, and it's too cold to not be fully togged up. So you end up just like really hot. And then I take this off, and I walk for a bit, and then I stop, and then I end up really cold. Yeah, it's a really odd time of year. I either prefer it really properly cold, where I've got big gloves on, I'm toasty and warm, or boiling, where I can just wear t-shirt and shorts. They're easy. This time of year is just weird.
It wasn't long before the sun came out to play and I had to remove my jacket. An unusual occurrence during my camping trips, as I'm usually togged up in waterproof gear. But the sun did give me an opportunity to get my infrared camera out and take a snap, and I'll show you that image in a minute.
So I've just been walking down this track here and there's a house just in front of me, and I thought to myself, if you clean your car at home, you're never going to get to your destination with it clean, because A, if it's wet, it's going to be muddy and horrible, and B, if it's dry, it's going to be dusty and horrible. Is it just me that thinks like that? So I just got to a part on my walk where there's an electric fence and loads of sheep, and I know that's the path, but I thought it'd be nice, go knock on the door of the farmer and just ask him, just to make sure it's all right for me to walk through that field. I know it's a public right of way, but I don't want to assume. So yeah, I've just had a quick chat with him. Lovely bloke. Thank you so much. You're probably not watching, but yeah, he said, yeah, that's definitely the path that way. So if you do come this way, make sure you don't get electrocuted, and hopefully I won't. If he gets my ball sack, I'm going to be... Right, cool. So I've got to the other side of the field and there's another electric fence. I think because this path is not walked very often, it's probably not something they've thought about as farmers. But yeah, I'm going to have to find my way over this without getting electric shock. I'm sure I'll be fine, but if I can spy one of the farmers to get him to switch it off, I'll try. You bastard. So looking on Outdoor Active, there are green lines, and every time there's a green line, it basically represents a fence of sorts. So I'm thinking to myself, do I continue on this route where I might get stuck and have to backtrack on myself, or do I go back on the road and back that way? The thing is, if I go back on the road, then there's no pub, but the pub might not be open. Oh, don't know, dilemmas. I feel like I'm doing a straight line mission, looking at my GPS constantly, walking across a farmer's field. But this is the actual path, so there's nothing I can do about it, you know? Just less trodden. In fact, somebody has walked this bit. There are some footprints. Ooh. Keep to footpath. Oh, nice.
So as much as I was enjoying this walk, I did decide to bail out, and
I'm back on the main road now, having taken a bit of a shortcut and a detour. So yeah, if you do this walk, I'll put the walk in the description below so you can do it if you want, but do be mindful that you'll be skipping over electric fences and whatnot, and the fields are quite muddy. But it's a good 6-7 miles, maybe even less than that. Certainly less now I've taken a bit of a detour. But now, let's go see if this pub's open in the village. And if it's not, I've got some cold ones in the fridge. So something said to me, just check online, make sure the pub's open. So I checked online, went on their website, and it closes at 2:30. Bearing in mind it's about 2:15 now, by the time I get there it'll be exactly when they're closing. So I thought, right, okay, let's search for other pubs in Mornby. There is only one. And then when you click on it on Google, it says permanently closed. So I'm glad I didn't walk for 20 minutes all the way there to walk 20 minutes back, only to have not have had a pint. Well, that was a lovely nap. Sometimes just a 20-minute power nap is all you need. And I've just been sat here for the last 15 minutes watching the sun setting and the awesome clouds. It's proper lovely. This is what you get a van for, to have those moments where you just chill out and just stare. But I've woken up hungry, so it's time to get some dinner on. Nice.
regular viewers will undoubtedly know that this is my favourite van meal of all time. Burgers and halloumi with salad. It's simple, it's tasty, and it definitely fills a hole. Also, that's what she said. If you've yet to like and subscribe to the channel, I know at least 50% of you watching haven't yet subscribed because I'm clever and stuff. I would love it if you could. It really helps me to keep making videos like this so that you guys can make informed decisions before booking a campsite. Best of all, it's free.
So that's dinner done. So now it's time for Call and answer questions. Call and answer your questions. Does using your SQ Professional heat up the gas canister on your small burner? The answer to that is yes and no. Now, a subscriber sent me an email the other day asking whether this was an issue because she was just about to buy exactly the same things and she'd been told that it heats up the gas canister and it could explode. Now, don't take safety advice from me, obviously. So I went away straight away to go test it so I could get back to her and let her know because I'd never really noticed it myself or even checked. And while it did get warm, it didn't get hot, hot, warm, if that makes sense. So I could touch it still, it was absolutely fine. But if you're concerned, I'd suggest moving your SQ Professional slightly to the left. I think what happens is the heat from the pan comes back down again, obviously, because the pan's been heated up, and then the heat radiates onto the area where the gas canister goes. Now, it might be different on your gas canister, you might have a slightly bigger one, or you might have a gas canister in a different position, but just be wary of that. It's a nice thing for the subscriber to bring up for me to check, and I thought I'd let you guys know that that's a thing. Are you planning on changing your head unit in the van? I'd not really thought about it, I'll be perfectly honest with you. There's no plan in the near future to do it, unless somebody like Alpine or Pioneer get in touch and want to send me a free one, then all of a sudden I'll start doing sponsorships again for that one video. Are you planning a midweek video on your channel? Yes, we are, and I can't wait to start the new Yorkshire Pop Top Adventures show. It's going to be mint. We've got all sorts of segments, even maybe some special guests showing up. So we've got to iron out a few things before we start pushing videos out, but as soon as we're ready, we'll start doing it. Hopefully before the end of the year, but it might be a New Year thing. If they arrive earlier, then it's like a Christmas present to you all, isn't it? Nice. So that's the end of Colin Answered Your Question. Don't forget the campsite tour coming up next and the all-important outtakes after that. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you guys on the next adventure, wherever that may be. Nice.
Greystone Cottage Farm is a dog and family friendly campsite just outside Thirsk in North Yorkshire. Thirsk is definitely a village you should go visit. It's such a beautiful place with plenty of shops, bars and restaurants too. This site is open all year round and the 4G reception was okay on Vodafone, which is good as there's no Wi-Fi on site at the moment. It's a simple no-frills campsite with plenty of cute animals to keep you company too. In the main field there are a couple of electric hookup points and the rest are off-grid. There's one toilet block on site that has 2 lockable toilet and sink areas, a sink for washing your pots and a fridge. Not that you'd be washing your fridge, you know what I mean. There is also a handy notice board that gives you lots of information and things to do in the area. Looking at the board, it seems that they also sell honey, wood and other bits and bobs too, which is lovely. To the right of the toilet block is the waste area with a bin for your ashes, an Elson point for your toilet guff and wastewater disposal area too. There is one tap on site that's located near the entrance and campfires and barbecues are okay as long as they're kept off the ground. It's a peaceful site with plenty to do in the local area and I paid £30 for a pitch with electric hookup and had a superb evening.
Have you got a cough? Feeling a little hoarse? 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rap-a-dum, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rap-a-dum, 5, I'm glad. Yeah, cool. The opposite side, so the traffic were coming towards you. Nope, can't. Oh no, I've got this on. Well, you just hear me good as I'm walking. Don't know. Massive ball sack. Hey. Sit and stare at the fire without my eyes streaming. Fire pits, looks like I'm crying. Ugh. Sense, and I had the gas on, full blast. And now while it... So that's dinner done. And now I'm in a... That's really badly composed.